Okay, first we are looking NQ. We are going to use ICT strategy, symbol ICT strategy, which I am using, and how you can use this symbol strategy to make a good profit. And for that, we need to look higher time frame for the market structure, whether the market is higher or market is going for bullish or bearish. If we get a bullish or bearish, you need to look from if market is bullish and you got a good range from here, you can use this Fibonacci retracement tool to measure 0.5 area from this low to this high. When we measure that, we will get a 0.5 area. You can use this symbol Fibonacci retracement tool to measure the 0.5 area. After that, you need to look for a fair value gap or order block or breaker block, such things or anything like that. After that, when you get a fair value gap, you can look for a SMT for going up. For more confirmation, you can look for SMT. After that, inverse fair value gap or CSD. For entries, you can use inverse fair value gap or breaker block. We will explain that. Okay, that's how you use this higher time frame for looking for trend continuation or things. Okay, we can look for, if you, I hope you understand this one, and we can look for this entry formula. Okay, New York open at, you can see 9 p.m. is a New York open, and you can see after 9 p.m. 9 p.m. close, market was closed so bearishly because market disrespected this fair value gap also. When we use this Fibonacci retracement tool from this, sorry, where the can't see. Okay, when we use this Fibonacci retracement tool from this high to this low, you can see there was a fair value gap here, and the fair value gap not got disrespected here, and after that you can see there was a entry formula here, because this is 1 hour, that's why you are not seeing any entries. When we go, if you are looking for high time frame entries also, this was the last order block made here, and you can use this as this order block again failed because it's closed below the structure. And if that order block below close like the candle close like that, the order block will turn into a breaker block. Okay, sorry, breaker. Where is the breaker block? Okay, and the order block will turn into a breaker block. If you are entering from this breaker block, you can enter from here and look for 1:2 entry also, or you can target this low of liquidity. It's up to you, but I don't prefer such entries in 1 hour, because NQ is more volatility at New York only, because because there will be a lot of buyers and sellers in New York only, because this is NQ and use base index, that's why. Okay, I only prefer to trade in New York only. After that, when we go to 5-minute time frame, you can see market was already in a bearish, because we got an SMT here. Okay, that's why we got an SMT, because this high was sweep from this was yesterday's high, was sweep by this high in SIP, not in NQ. Okay, and when we look for entry here, when we go to 1-minute time frame, you would get a good entry, or if you don't get an entry, you can look for a retracement entry also. You can see here we got an SMT and a closer below also, but you can see here we got a closer below, but price does not come to this particular area. It will leave as a breaker gap. But you can definitely see here there was no entry suppose for me, because my entry is at inverse fair value gap and at the breaker block. But here there was no such things. such things to entry. But after this retracement, market will eventually come to that 50%. Market need to go to 50% area, equilibrium area, because market need to collect that liquidity to go down again. If market cannot go like, just like market cannot go like this like continuously to downward, but if the market need to go continue again the trend downward, market need to go to the equilibrium area, 50% area, because market need to collect that liquidity and market will eventually go again to the down. That's how you use this things. If you don't get entry from this down momentum, you can also use the retracement entry. Okay, I will show you the retracement entry here. You can see this low was, again this was an SMT. I think this low was taken here. Okay, yes, this low was taken in NQ but not in SIP. That's why it's a bullish SMT. But one thing keep in mind, market is little bit bearish. You can see after that, when the market give an opportunity, okay, keep in mind that market is little bit market is bearish in lower time frame, but in day time frame market is so bullish. Okay, keep in mind that also. You can see here market is so bullish and keeping a little bit consolidation in day time frame, but in also in 1 hour we get a small change in state, small change in character, but overall market is bullish. And for looking for buy entry, it's a good for entering buy also. You can see here I would get an entry. Okay, because this fair value gap got disrespected. This bearish fair value gap got disrespected. It will act as inverse. You can see when price come to here, go up, but there was no market change or market structure shift. Like I need a market structure shift here. Okay, you can see market again come to this fair value gap and not fair value gap. Market again came here and again give a more confirmation, again give an SMT. After giving that SMT, market given a change in state delivery. Okay, you can see market given a market structure shift. After that, you can see market again given a conclusions to market is going to upward, because this bearish fair value gap got disrespected. After that, market if you don't get entry from here, you can use this fair value gap entry, but mainly I use this fair value gap entry, and I enter from here and I put my SL to this low, because this was the low here. Suppose this was you don't need to make this much low to SL, because there is no use of it. You will, if you are targeting this SL and if you need to get 1:2, there is a lot of challenging, because market need to go this much high. But suppose, as I said, keep in mind market is little bit bearish also. If you use this as our SL, you would get a good entry, good entry. You can target this fair value gap, okay, or this fair value gap high, because we would get a nice 2.3 RR. Okay, only you need to know, look for a higher time frame entry. If you miss the direction and market is little bit bearish, but 80%, 90% market is bullish, and look for an SMT, again look for a conclusion SMT, and look for a bearish fair value gap or bullish fair value gap to be disrespected, and look for entry from that. That's how you use this thing. Okay, I hope you understand NQ thing. And ICT strategy, simple ICT strategy, just this only, just simple thing, like look for an market structure. Then if you get a fair value gap, suppose this was a fair value gap, and look for an SMT here. Then again inverse fair value gap and look for the 1:2, like look for an SMT, then inverse fair value gap in this small area. After getting this change in state delivery, only look inverse. If you get inverse and you get a change in state delivery, it's give a more conclusion to, it's give a more confidence, you can take that entry. After that you can look for a 1:2 entry. From this low to, always put your SL at latest low and TP to 1:2. Always go to 1:2 because it's a good risk reward. I will explain once again. Look for the market structure, market direction, then go to lower time frame. The market comes to the point of area, look for an SMT, then look for the market order flow to get disrespected. If the market is bullish, look for the bearish order flow to get disrespected, like fair value gap or order block, bearish order block. Then look for an entry after getting change in state delivery. When the market comes to that inverse, you can look for 1:2. Okay, that's how you use this simple strategy after New York Open. That's how you use this thing to enter in New York session. Okay, I hope you understand this ICT strategies in NQ, and we can look for next SMC strategy which you can implement in gold. Let's go to the next gold chart.